come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoffs, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Tar Heels will kick it away to start. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So Clemson's offense will have the ball first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quick release on the RPO. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Having to kick it away after a 3-and-out is not what they had in mind. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Lopez to pass. Oh, they're after him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The give is to Smith. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, in the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. He's got him still on his feet. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They stop him just a leak or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Tar Heels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Lopez wants to fire. Finds his man down the middle. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get into the ground. That is a baller.
He goes out of bounds, but not before getting into the 32.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They'll leave it with him. Turning it on! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on, is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. Pulls it in. It's Burgess. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Lindsey. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the back. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit.
There he goes. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Sneaks it in.
And I tell you what, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. From the gun, the running back has it. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tar Heels can really attack on this second and short. Takes the handoff. It's Wilcox. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
Zings it complete to the right. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. The Tar Heels will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Smith takes the handoff. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
unloads quickly. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down. Punt is on its way. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Lopez to pass. Pressure coming. Keeps it going. Trying to make magic with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can.
Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. The 30. The 10. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Troy is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Arkansas State. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And the Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Gives it on the option. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The Tar Heels will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Grabbed over the middle, it's Brown.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Moving away from pressure. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Got it. The Tigers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead.
I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A 1st half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And it's been a dynamite 1st half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened? And what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above Howard's Rock.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Ready to start the 2nd half, and Clemson will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Got blown out in the 1st half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Lopez wants to fire. Working that left side now. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Tar Heels decide to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Making side adjustments here. To the air on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Using the quick game. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air, it's Lindsey. Going for it all. Touchdown, Clemson. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Bunch formation for these receivers. The run from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. From the gun on 3rd down. Snagged out of the air. Gets away from one. He's got space. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the 2nd half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
It's complete to the right. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. It's complete to the left. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Tar Heels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. With the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Got it back on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Here's the handoff. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They make the stop.
What up, man? Appreciate you coming through.
To get the first down. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking to pass. It's Lindsey. Unloads to the wideout. Rolls it in. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get it down at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, UNC. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking for room, it's Haynes. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. At 45 on his way. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Out of the shotgun on third down. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins. You saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. With the catch, it's Smith. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Clemson will come to the line with the 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Duke came in and applied their own mute button on this crowd. They silenced one of the most vocal home field advantages in football. And it's clear this Blue Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Lopez to pass. Fires complete on the crosser. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Breaks into the open. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Fires to the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Going to sling it on second down. Makes the catch. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. The Tar Heels want to crank the tempo. Lopez wants to fire. Bringing the heat. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Rides the back and leaves it. Touchdown, North Carolina! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Lining up to add another.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
An 84-yard drive there. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like turning it on. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on first and 10 from the 27. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on second down. the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads it left. He got it. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb.
Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Holding. Defense.
What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it. And the offense should be able to run out the clock. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Lopez to pass. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Tar Heels are in the hurry-up. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Got rid of it just in time.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. A 3rd and long here. They can pick up the 1st down without getting the touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass.
He's got it, and more than enough for a 1st down. Touchdown, Tar Heels! a short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Timeout, Clemson.
On the ready. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air. It's Lindsey. Pocket breaking down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle box as he knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Clemson.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today. And I know talking to some of their players, David,